Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we're going to go back to Reading, Pennsylvania with the warning, but we're going to be looking at the sound check, or part of the sound check. They're going to be playing Dust to Dust for us well before the show. Now, during the show, we had some really good audio to work with. I think that we're still going to have pretty good audio with this one. The problem with the other show was really that we only had two camera angles, both from about the same angle, and also both behind a wall of people. However, we're still able to get a pretty good representation of the show. We haven't finished watching it. We've looked at some highlights, but I thought this would be a good thing to look at to contrast against the actual show itself. The show was interesting because it seemed like they were all a little bit exasperated. They were in the middle of a long run of gigs, and there were lots more to come after it, with very, very few days off in that whole time period. You know, so they might do 5-6 days in a row of gigs, and then a day off, and then another 5-6 days in a row of gigs. So it was like that. So they were a little frustrated. So maybe we can get some clues about that here. During the actual show, sometimes the backing tracks didn't work, for example, so we can listen and see if there are backing tracks here or what's going on. Of course, it's an empty room, so it'll sound a little different. It should be interesting. So, Adrian, any thoughts on the show that we've looked at so far, or on other sound checks we looked at, anything like that?
So looking forward to hearing it. I mean, I always like hearing the songs.
Okay. Let's go ahead and check this out, and we will discuss after.
All right.
So it seemed like they were trying to negotiate something. What'd you think, Adrian?
I'll never get over Rudy's part in this song. I love that. Where it sounds like he could be berating somebody, or or it could be he's preaching about salvation, which I guess is what he's actually doing. But
sure. What it said to me was that the backing tracks were working, which is good, but they weren't working for much of the show. So they were working at this point. It also seemed like there was something going on. It seemed like there was a lot of discussion happening. I'm sure they talk anyway, but this seemed a little like they were working things out. I don't know if it's because Danny's voice was tired, and it may very well have been because, like I said, there were lots of gigs leading up to this one, and there were lots after it as well. So this was a relentless part of their touring career, really. 2022 being the big year that they came back after the pandemic and played over 100 gigs, most that they'd ever played in one year. And by this time, they were getting a little frustrated. And so there were a couple little clues in there about that, but it was tricky. It was a little tricky to really know for sure what was happening. Yeah, they mostly had it, but Danny, of course, refraining from the top notes, and I'm sure there was a reason for that. It was a good performance. They weren't really trying to make it a good performance. So, keep that in mind. So this is one of those shows that I just find fascinating because it's one of the few where you can see that maybe they're all a little frazzled by showtime, and you can see that in the actual performances. They still do great. They do fantastic, don't get me wrong, but you can tell, especially in between the tracks, that there are things they're still working out. Of course, they're frustrated because sometimes the backing tracks are not doing what they're supposed to do. And for a song like this, you really want to have it, especially for Rudy's part. And I think that we saw it, and it was fine. This particular song was fine that night, so that's good. But yeah, maybe we'll come back at some point and finish it up. We're pretty deep into it, but there's just been so many other things to look at. We've got a little sidetracked. So
it was just good to see this, even though it was just a sound check. It still sounded pretty darn good.
Yeah, it's always interesting to look at those, mostly for the clues of what's going on that day, like what their life is like on that given day. So that's what I like to look at them for. I know that the performances are not going to be top notch usually, just because you're trying to get the sound right. So it's interesting from that standpoint to just look and see what else is happening. All right, well, folks, if you were at this show, heck, if you were at this sound check, why don't you let us know about it and how it went, what the room was like. We've heard from a few people already. I would always love to hear from more, just to find out kind of what the vibe was, if there was anything in particular that people knew was a bit of an issue that they were working on. Aside from the backing tracks sometimes not working, That alone would be enough, I think, to frazzle any band, by the way. But it seemed like there was more, like there was a compounding going on or something. So just curious, that's all. All right, and if you have any other suggestions for us, you can leave those below. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed our presentation, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much for joining us on this. Don't forget, we have a second channel now, Modern Rock Talk, where we put up interview reactions. And so lots of stuff for the warning over there already. Go ahead and check it out if you haven't. And thanks so much for joining us today here. So we will catch you on the next one. All right, take care, folks.
See you all later.